anticipation. Oh, boy.
Sam Rosen with a call. And Sam, you're sitting beside me and brings a smile to your face and mine also, because I remember that game so well, and I thought he could have had 10 goals in that game. He played so well.
I had the good fortune of seeing two of the greatest games, Gaborik scoring 5 goals, and in New York, Mika Zibanejad scoring 5 goals against the Washington Capitals. To see a single player have a night like that, it's like, in hockey, it's incredible.
And you mentioned those two players. I remember Gaborik especially. He's one of those guys, when he gets the puck, he brings me out of my seat because he takes off. He can go so fast.
He had
and he's
2
so
40-goal seasons in New York for the Rangers. He was terrific in his few years that were there. Great scorer.
Yeah, 40 years for you with the Rangers. How much fun has that been for you?
It's been a joyride. It's been, I mean, think of it, Tommy. I'm the little kid in Brooklyn, playing out in the streets, in the schoolyard, playing all kinds of ball, basketball, football, stickball. Never played hockey, but I watched hockey. We used to have, on weekends, this big park a block away, and they'd play roller hockey games. And I'd sit up and watch these games and make up names, Smith and Jones and whatever. Or sometimes they'd be Bathgate and Hebden and Camille Henry and Gup Worsley was making a save, and I grow up to be the Rangers announcer for 40 years. It's hard to believe, but it's been a wonderful ride.
Yeah, and to be a part of that, the team they won the Stanley Cup in 1994, and how much fun would that be, especially in a city like New York? Not that they didn't come out in droves to congratulate the team in the big parade.
It was,
I'm still waiting for the parade.
Tommy, there was nothing like it. You know, someone asked me the other day, what's a highlight? What stands out? Doing Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final in your building as a Ranger. We were the last regional network to take their own team all the way through to the finals, and to call Game 7 at Madison Square Garden and the Rangers win and win the cup after 54 years. It was wonderful.
And the guys you've worked with over the years also, you have Phil Esposito, and who's still going strong, and Tapp, he's still down there. You have JD, you have John Davidson, longtime broadcaster. You have
Mr. Minnesota, Joe Micheletti.
Joe Micheletti, yeah. And it's interesting. I was talking to Joe before the game here, and he said how much fun it's been for him to work with you as well. And you really have to have that chemistry together.
Well, you know what? Joe and I started together when Fox got the national contract in 1995. It was right after Rangers had won the Cup in the spring of 94. Fox gets the national contract, and there's a lockout the first half of the season. So now they come on in January, and the 2 lead play-by-play teams were Mike Emmerich, Hall of Famer, with John Davidson, and myself and Joe Micheletti. So Joe and I worked together. I remember him as an assistant coach under Brian Sutter with the St. Louis Blues. I had met him then, got to know him. So we had a good rapport. He came to New York, did the Islanders, color analysis with Howie Rose, and then when JD left to become general manager of the Blues in 2006, it was just a natural for Joe to slide across and become my partner, and we've been together 19 years.
Yeah, and of course the Micheletti family, well known in Minnesota, and all the hockey, attributes that they've had over the years, and of course Joe's son-in-law is not a bad hockey player in his own right. Of course, that being Mike Modano.
Mike Modano. To think of the athletes in that family, Joe being a great college player, playing in the WHA and the NHL, and then Mike coming in, meeting Allison on the golf course, and they get married. Now they've got 5 kids, and it's great.
Hall of Famer. I mean, how much fun was that? And the Foster Hewitt Award, Memorial Award you got as a broadcaster, just for what you've done for hockey, and certainly in the city of New York, but you're known all over. It was interesting this morning when you went in the scrum, the media scrum with our coach John Hines. He was kind of to bring your name, watching the Rangers, and mention you as being the broadcaster.
Well, I know John having coached in New Jersey and having been in the league for many years. And you know what? I thought about it the other day, Tom, that you get to know people. Every city we go to, you get to know people and go around the league as long as I have, and you realize that you have a lot of friends all around the league, and to come here and see not only John Hines but Jack Capuano as well. I consider them friends, and to watch them throughout their careers is great because the coaches have been so good to me to open up and give me information. It's helped me do my job. Joe and I love to talk to opposing coaches. It gives us a greater perspective about what's going on in the league.
And when you came to the skate this morning, Matt Zuccarello was gravitated towards you guys as well, and just talked so highly of what it was like to play in New York and to be a part of that organization when you were there.
We talked about Matt's on the air. To see this guy, 5'7", that nobody knew about, played well in the 2010 Olympics in Vancouver. Glenn Sather saw him then, signed him to a contract, and this guy's 15 years in the league. Who says the small guy, there's not a place for the little guy? He's been a terrific player. Heart and soul. He gives you everything every single night, and I think he's just had an amazing career. Plus, he's a fun guy to be around. He's got a great sense of humor. I just remember the night we honored Henrik Lundqvist in New York and retired his jersey.
We were there that night.
Henrik was in the booth with us and watching the game go on, and I'm calling it, and Henrik's talking on the air, and he says, I hope Mats doesn't score a goal while I'm on the air with you guys. And just as he said that, Matt Zuccarello scores. So it's just great things about Mats and watching him in his career and how long he's been a prominent player. Never a hanger-on. He's very important in everyone's lineup.
Yeah, we got about 1 minute here to go, Sam. Sam Rosen, our guest here, Hall of Famer, 40 years with the New York Rangers and leaving after this year. What are you going to miss the most about this?
I miss the games, Tom. When we go around the league now, the travel has gotten a little harder, and the road trips feel longer. But the games, once the game starts, right, it's really great. The hockey has never been better. The players are so talented. There's so much speed in the game. And that's the other part of it. I'll miss the players. They all have great stories, Tom. You know it. You were a player. Everybody has a story, how they made it to the top of their profession. And I loved finding out about the stories. The guys coming from small towns in Europe or small towns in Canada or in the U.S. Fabulous. I'll miss that as well.
Sam Rosen, you're a true blessing to the game of hockey. Thanks for being
Tom.
with us.
Great knowing you. It's great being friends with you.
I remember you coming into my pub with JD long time ago.
Yes, sir.
You're always welcome.
Thank you. I'll be there.
Kevin, back to you.